What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the strip. Welcome to the app. Welcome to the shop. Coffee Talk app. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Big Thing. You know what I'm saying? Been a couple days. Y'all know how I like to give a little space in between to absorb what's going on in the YouTube streets and in the real world. To have some stuff to talk about because so many of these people get on here don't have shit to talk about but each other and nothing else. Or some nothing ass information that's not even valuable. But I got some information. So we're gonna start off how we always do. I want to give a shout out to again, let me reiterate. I start off all my videos shouting out people who I watch, have watched, or support, or they watch me, and vice versa. So let me give a shout out. Home is where the heart is. Shout out to Koolin and the Krew. Shout out to T3 the PolarBear. Shout out to Mayor SOSUA. Shout out to Journey with KEE-KEE. Shout out with Dominic the Blue. Shout out to Tate Eats. Shout out to the JC family. Shout out to Tia. Shout out Sleazy. Shout out Nirvana. Shout out it's a Terrence kind of thing. Oh my goodness. Shout out Tazo TV. Shout out, you know, Mr. Skinny. Shout out Skinny and the crew over there. Oh man. Shout out Jock Slade. Shout out Seth Fowler. And you know what I'm saying? And just so many other ones. You know what I'm saying? So many others. Shout out Abubba and Abubba Clothing. Shout out Yo Soy Kayla. Shout out Magnificent Tyler. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Smoker Hannes. And like I say, some names that I shout out, you may hear them, you may not like them, or you may not deal with them, but that ain't got nothing to do with me and how I correspond with you and your channel or your information and your chat. Because I watch so many people pick and choose who they make friends and who they bond with over goofy shit. But y'all know, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start it off. But y'all know, I got this new thing going on where I like to vibe out a little bit. Get in my zone because this is going to be a good topic. You know what I'm saying? So this topic is basically, it's Charleston White, man. And, you know, he be on this bullshit. But I'm going to start up vibing with some local, uncopyrighted music. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in the 216 area, if you're in the Midwest area, if you're on YouTube, period, I want y'all to go down in the description. This is Trenchboy Brickz, my brother. It's the name of the song. We gonna rock out.
Been through it all with my brothers, yeah. I risk it all for my brothers, yeah. Gang, 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 gang. Been through it all with my brothers. I did it all with my brothers. From the churches to the TVs, I'm a ball with my brothers. Can't turn my back on the trenches. I risk it all for my brothers. Can't let it break us. This what made us. I love all of my $1,000,000 spent the block and caught out. My chest was heavy, yeah. My mom was my big bro and how they stressed them, man. Pull up that stick and bless that nigga like a revelation. And I watched them fall until bro pull back to the getaway. I did some fuck shit. I was mad, bro. Y'all in my bad, bro. A lot of shit I said, but we gon' leave that in the past. You my brother for life. I just wanna see you play, nigga play, I risk it all, and that's gonna be on the track. Now I gotta talk the fast, whoa. I'ma keep it brief, I treat your ass just like my backbone. The most respect around our way for letting guns go. But standing tall when beef was heavy, we let drums blow. Used to run out and risk your life in every situation. That drinking shit that you been on, I ain't been feeling lately. I ain't talking down, just gotta tell you how I'm feeling lately. You like my lungs, cause without you, I'm barely breathing, baby. Hey, if you get my nigga Tommy like my biggest critic, tell me follow all my dreams and get us out the trenches. They stick to turn around, I ain't have a flip. They take to drop my tape, I ain't have a pack to flip it. My brother Mookie down the road, I swear to God I miss him. Every time I hear his voice, I wanna cry, River. I was finna crash out on the aisle, put down the pistol. Cause you got too much shit to lose, that's why I'm rocking with you. At 2020 is release, I'm reuniting with him. We in our bags, state to state, time to get out the city. Gang, been through it all with my brothers, I did it all with my brothers. From the churches to the TVs, I'm a ball with my brothers. Can't turn my back on the trenches, I risk it all for my brothers. Can't let it break us, this what made us. I love all of my brother, you know I love you, bro. You like my ace, nigga. You was the one I always kept up out the way, nigga. Ain't never got a front, that straight, nigga. Gave me a home when I ain't have a place to stay, nigga. Twan, that's my fully dog. You know I love you, dog. Stayed on my ass, I ain't wanna hear it and try to brush it off. Kept me on my path when everything around was falling down. Said I'm the golden that I know you gonna get us out.
Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get the show on the road. I just wanted to vibe out, you know what I'm saying? If y'all feeling that, like I said, jump down in the description. That's Trenchboy Brickz song called My Brothers. Get to know them, get familiar with us. That's talent from up here in the Midwest. Y'all like the vibe? Get with it. So let's get into this topic, man. I'm just gonna jump right in there because I heard, and y'all know I say stuff about people. Y'all know what I'm doing. Y'all know I say stuff about people, and it's never really malicious unless you deserve it. So I'm listening to Charleston White. I don't know what interview this was. I don't even know what it was. I clicked on it when he's talking, and he said something that stuck out to me. He brought up a small dialogue about him preferring to be the slave versus the free man, and then he gave his analogy. Now, what he said was he want to stay on the plantation because why leave the plantation when it's the free nigga with all the problems? So the free nigga gotta battle in society and make a way and have a home and have a family and be undisturbed in public, and he got a harder fight is what he's saying. And as a slave, what he's saying is it's easier for him to get up because Massa made food. Massa got the job right there for him. After he done, Massa got a house for him to go straight back into that house, and he don't have nothing to worry about. He ain't bothering Massa. Massa ain't bothering him. But that's the mentality, and that's what he said. So let's break it down. Y'all know what I do. I like to get psychological because that's the only thing that counts when you're dealing with these fuckhead niggas like Charleston White. So let me just say this. Not that I'm sensitive to the slavery topic or none of that. I'm not going to go off into that type of a tangent. I'm going to speak on slavery as a general situation, no matter what the color you are, where you come from, what, you know what I mean? So, by no means would should a grown ass man who have grown in the Americas and absorbed our history from school and our history from family, no grown man of any color should ever take the posture of being voluntarily the slave. Now let me give you some breakdown into why a whole nigga like this would say that. Think about this. Now I ain't saying nothing that he ain't never said his own self, so don't nobody jump down my throat. I'm just assessing what I've heard him say. So as a bitch nigga, you had a good family, you was doing fuck shit, you got into the streets, you got into to a juvenile detention center, you got gang related, you got out, and you've been doing this, whatever you do now, whatever you say it is, ever since. Now let me show you where your skirt is, you bitch nigga. You saying you would rather be the slave than the free man. Now, like I always tell y'all, my partner, one of my comrades used to make this statement. He's older than me. And it's about the two roads that you're traveling in life. It's about the road of least resistance and then the road least travel. Let me give you some insight on this. So what Charleston White is saying, he'd rather travel the road of least resistance. Meaning, There's no pushback. There's an easy way. I don't have to work hard. I ain't got to put too much effort in. Speaking in context of what he said, Master got everything laid out for me. I can be a bitch ass nigga all my life because Master's got it laid out for me. I don't want nothing else because if I step out of line and get something else, Master gonna try to take it from me. And I'm too of a bitch nigga to fight for it. Whether it's regarding my family, bloodline, friends, community, or whatever. I'm too much of a bitch nigga to fight for it. So what I'll do is join Master's team in lynching my own people as well as people that's in a downtrodden position like my people across the nation. Because I don't want to stand up and take the road least traveled, which is the righteous road. That's why it's least traveled. See, ain't nobody really trying to walk down the road where they have to be individual, where they have to stand on their own 10 damn toes, where they have to open their mouth and oppose and go against anything that's being pressed on you or forced on you. So he said he would rather be the slave. You are the slave, though. Now don't get it twisted. We're all slaves in some way, some shape or another when you living in a society as this one. You understand what I'm saying? There's different levels to the slavery. Can you be free in a capitalist society? Yes. Quit letting people tell you that you can't be. If you still think you can't be, it's because you're not listening to the right people. See, y'all applauding Charleston White because what he's doing is, see, a lot of y'all want the youth talked to like shit, but y'all scared to do it. And Charleston White, although he's saying he's helping the youth, the same youth that he's helping, I'm pretty sure, can watch him on YouTube doing the fuck shit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So those supporters who say, well, oh, he be talking the truth, he be spitting the truth. If you're a grown-ass man, you haven't been able to draw a line between some of that bullshit that come out of his mouth and some of the things that are very necessary to be said. Instead of y'all piggybacking off the things that's necessary to be said and tweaking it and reiterating it to deliver it in a way where our people can digest it a little better, y'all don't. Y'all point out all the goofy shit, which is further perpetuating the situation, and he knows that. That's why he playing on that team. You hear me? See, in y'all's, what y'all like to call history, there was not no leaders bragging about what they, Martin Luther King didn't tell y'all and brag about how many limos him and Coretta got at the house, what kind of chicken they was frying up, the brand of hot off they used. You hear me? Malcolm wasn't talking like that. Marcus Garvey wasn't talking. I'm just going on giving you the leaders that y'all look at as leaders historically. Because what y'all doing is putting these goofy YouTube dudes who say that they're advocates and shit like that, y'all are making them into leaders, putting them into leadership positions, putting mass media in a position to where when an incident happened, these are voices that people go to and galvanize in their chats to try to find some clarity to a situation. But because most of y'all are damaged and psychologically traumatized, some of the shit that they're saying resonate to you because you feel bad and you just want something to spark you. It's almost like going to church and listening to that goofy ass pastor that's talking this bullshit to you instead of passing his collection plate around, talking about these different funds that you ain't never heard of in your fucking life, but you willing to dig in your fucking pocket and put the change in his pan. So what message is that? There is no twisted reverse psychology into saying that you'd rather be the slave than the free man. And you're talking to the youth, and then you got grown-ass men with platforms that's scared to say something because how you speak to them. And I wish a nigga would. Give a fuck about none of this old bullshit. Nigga, we can sit here and chop it and chop it and chop it. You won't win. You hear me? Everybody is not entertained by that goofy ass shit, my dude. I think it's incorrect. Very incorrect. It's just as incorrect as let's jump ship a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Balenciaga, since they all in the media. I'm pretty sure y'all have already heard about the teddy bears with the dominatrix outfits on, and the kids and the photos and these sorts of things, and sort of, and y'all here again accepting some bullshit because y'all so quick and ready to jump down Kanye West's neck about saying some shit about some people who ain't you, who ain't got shit to do with you, but y'all want to say some shit, so y'all jump down y'all brother neck about saying some shit about somebody else that y'all ain't saying shit and borrowing none and going in on Balenciaga, and their shit was visual. Not to mention it was visual. Not only did they pose these children, but do some homework. There were some paperwork on the table in these shoots that had to do with child pornography and pedophilia actions. And no one's pointing that out. Nobody's talking about this. We still got platforms that's running motherfuckers' lives back, talking about what who said, he said, she said about what. Talking about we doing something. Talking about we the best. Taking credit for goofy ass dumb shit when we could be using these platforms to educate and heal and put ourselves into different positions. But here we go, Balenciaga again. So they doing this and got this running, then they issue an apology. Y'all know how it go. They issue an apology. Goofy ass niggas don't run back to the store trying to cop some old fake ass Balenciaga because y'all don't have a fucking brain. Like I say, I always like to just jump on because I find it very funny that we're in a time frame where you actually in more control of yourself than individually as households and individual people have we've been in the past, and you just don't see it. I get it. Nobody want to integrate. Nobody want to be a part of the technical world. Everybody's scared. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you something. Have it dawned on you yet that you're supposed to be scared of this computer stuff? A lot of y'all don't know that fear is part of it as well. See, a lot of y'all scared of this and say, "Oh man, I don't be doing all. I don't be on it." It's to keep you away from it. If this is what's running the currency, these jobs and this technology is what's running the currency, why the fuck you ain't trying to get in then? Oh, I don't do social media. But you could tell me what so-and-so said and who get canceled and what's on the radio. You could tell me all this, but y'all don't be tapped in. Niggas be lying like a mother. So yeah, so Charleston White, you might as well come on here. This will be the best shock value ever. You might as well put on a Balenciaga outfit and come on here and just start running your mouth like you normally do. Let the shit spew out all over your Balenciaga because you part of it. No, I ain't saying he Illuminati and all that because nigga ain't that. Nigga ain't bright enough for that. But a lot of us have picked the road of least resistance. Now look at a lot of our content creating brothers and sisters who brag about their numbers, talk about how well their channels are doing, or they're monetized and they got this many followers and this many. And then when you look through their let's call it a portfolio. Everything is the same. I have people who I have watched don't have a stitch of what I would consider content because every day it's the same thing. Whenever this person is on, I can expect the same thing. That's not a content creator. That's one of those people that I'm talking about. See, your own people will shit on you. You feel me? So here's your people. Now, they can't figure out nothing else to do than argue with each other. Nobody got nothing going on in their city that need reporting, but we all doing bad. When something happens, it's put the guns down. Or I'm going to post this, and or when something happened, you got your camera out. There's an incident going on in your city. You posting that. So y'all not bright enough to get together and make real motion? Arguing with each other? That's what's getting the numbers up? That's that road of least resistance? See, it's easier to do the fuck shit and get a couple chips in your little pocket. That's what it is. It's easy to do that. That ain't shit. You know what's hard to do? It's hard to put some work in. It's hard to put these 10 toes on the street. It's hard to go ahead and get you a notebook. You know what I mean? A new laptop. It's hard for you to do some research and gather proper information because you don't know how. So I be in some of these lives cracking up because it just be behooving to me how we can sit and think that we've gone so far or is getting so much from doing so little. We think we got the most, but do the least in efforts to get the most. Y'all motherfuckers crazy. Y'all crazy. But you know, it is what it is. If y'all like it, I love it. I ain't about to complain about it. This is what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all do. But hey. Anyway. So I'm just gonna give you one more one more rock out before we roll up out of here. This again, y'all, jump down in the descriptions. You know what I'm saying? And go visit my homie, my little guy. This Trenchboy Brickz, y'all. This right here. I'm gonna take y'all out of here with this one. This Cartel Cartel Nation. Well, no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play this one for you. So we're gonna sit back and just let this one sink in a little bit for y'all. You hear me? Y'all know what it is. Hit that like, man. Share. Comment. I like dialogue. Participate in my channel. You're just not here to sit around. When you leave all my videos, you know something, or have learned something, or you got something to go research. I put them shooters on your ass and they come slide. Shoot like they shoot, I make them slide. You know I'm slide too. Like from the line, drop on the mind, your niggas drop it too. We spin a bend and spin again until we drop it too. I'm on the E-way out of traffic in the fast lane. I'm smoking woods, reminiscing by my past days. Just about to put this shit into the